Hey Cameron, why don't ghosts like rain?
I don't know.
Because
Tell me, why don't they like rain?
because it dampens their spirits.
God,
Uh-huh.
you're so stupid. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. Here we go. Welcome back to the Dead Serious Podcast. My name is Cameron Hessen, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Brandon Davis. This is where you say something.
I
I don't,
know.
I
I
don't know. I
was,
don't know if you ever podcasted before, but this is usually when you respond to me.
I know. I was just waiting on
Just waiting to see what
you.
kind of reaction I was going to have after that lame dad joke.
Yeah,
trying to dampen my spirits here.
doing my best.
Awesome, man. Well, you doing all right today?
Doing good. How are you?
I can't complain, man. Like we had some issues getting connected. We had to change the recording platform and everything, but I think we finally got to where we're able to get this recording, get going.
Yeah, finally. It was getting very annoying. I wonder if that's the difference between Apple and PC.
I have had no issues on my end, so I can vouch for Apple as being the premier tech destination.
Uh-huh.
You'll
I
never
guess I
catch me using PC anymore.
guess I need to upgrade.
You do. It's if we're gonna do this, you need to upgrade because look how good my camera looks and my mic is good. Granted, neither of those are Apple. That's Sony and Rode.
Yeah, keep talking.
But on today's episode, we're going to cover a variety of topics. As usual, we're not going to just cover the plain Jane paranormal stories, UFO sightings. We're not going to do any of that. That's not what Dead Serious is about. We have a different podcast for that. Today, we're going to be covering a couple different things. But first, I want to introduce you guys to the Haunt Line. It's our new way to reach us. We've got a few text messages already. That number is 270-380-7990. Feel free to send us a voicemail, send us a text message, ask us questions, leave comments, roast Brandon. I don't care. Just reach out to us. That's our way to communicate with you a little bit better. We're going to be covering a few different topics here. Obviously, this is coming out October 8th, I think, is that second Sunday there in October. We're right in the middle of spooky season, which has always been one of my favorites. Still not as cool as Christmas, but we'll take it. We're going to be covering Halloween traditions. That's the big thing. I always had a lot of traditions growing up, and I can't wait to tell you guys about some of them. Some of them are real stupid. Uh, and actually, one of them actually ties into our movie review today, which I'm really excited about that. Brandon, I mentioned movie review. What movie are we reviewing?
Oh, we're gonna do Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
1988 cult classic. It's
Very good.
not honestly, it's not a great movie. If you're looking for Christopher Nolan level cinema, go somewhere else because you're not going to find it in that. But it's a great movie. It's funny. It's perfect for the season. Uh,
Classic.
I love it. And it haunts me every day when I walk into the mall because you know the replay toys in the mall here in Bowling Green. I know you saw it when you were last in that they have the really giant clown statue over there.
Yep. Yep.
That's
I
from
think we
Killer
should have
Clowns.
bought it. We should have bought it.
I don't know how much it is, but I'm pretty sure I don't have that much in my bank account. If we're being honest.
Just a couple grand, no big deal.
Well, I still don't want to spend it. I like pizza. I like technology. I'm not going to buy a clown, which will scare the shit out of me in the middle of the night when I walk in from getting a drink.
All right, we'll just take it. We'll take donations on getting that one.
I think we should get it and just put it at Jimmy's house.
On the front porch whenever he's not expecting it.
Oh yeah, Beth will kill us, but
Yeah.
it'll be nice to watch Jimmy scream. And because he's got that ring camera outside too, so it'll be funny to watch his reaction.
Oh, yeah, it'd be perfect.
We're also going to be doing a new segment called Spook or Spoof. That's where I come up with two different stories. One I actually found off of Reddit that is ridiculous. It's a paranormal story. And then I use Chat GPT to come up with a similar story, and Brandon has to decide which one is real and which one is fake.
I'm
What
nervous
were
on
you-
that one.
well, I did let someone else try it just to see if it was going to work, if it was going to stump them. And granted, the person I let review it she has no knowledge of the paranormal other than what I've told her about, and so it's she got it wrong. I think you might have a better shot because you
Hmm.
understand my humor a little bit better than most people.
Unfortunately.
And and so we're gonna go into spook or spoof right after that, and then the last thing we're gonna talk about is a haunted location spotlight, where we pick a haunted location of the week and we talk about it. This one is very near and dear to us. It's from the Octagon Hall Museum in Franklin, Kentucky. It's a place that we've both investigated numerous times, and I think just about every time you come in, we end up stopping in there just to investigate for a little bit.
Yep, every time.
Uh,
It's one of my
on
faves.
that, it is one of my faves for sure. But on that note, I do want to talk about Octagon Hall back in January lost its executive director, a man named Barry Bear Gaunt. He was a grandfather to me and a mentor to just about everyone on our team. If you're not familiar with Brandon and myself, we are two of the co-founders of Next Gen Paranormal Research, based here out of Kentucky. We've been investigating for about 16 years, and the entire time we've had Bear to lean on and ask questions and guide us. But unfortunately, we did lose him back in January, and yesterday was his birthday. Um, Older than dirt, but this time he's actually in the dirt. Actually, he's not. He's hanging around my neck partially. But he was a good man. I've got his picture right here above us. He's laughing at me already, so it should be a fun show. I'm excited about it.
Maybe we can catch a glimpse of him here in a little while.
Hey, if he wants to walk right behind me, feel free. I mean, he showed up a few different times here, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep, first night got to see him. That was crazy.
I mean, it was really cool when you got to walk in and you just immediately saw. Was it legs that you saw kind of walking through?
Yeah, it was just the bottom half. But it was
Yeah,
like a
and then
clear, like really tall, big guy. So I kind of figured that's who it was.
it had to have been. And then it was funny. I know we talked about this on the last episode. Of course, the last episode wasn't video, so if you're just watching this, you have no clue what we're talking about. I'm going to rephrase it for you. Jimmy, who is the other co-founder and one of our best friends, we have a tradition whenever Brandon comes in. He lives in a different state than us. Whenever Brandon comes in for whatever reason, we all have an adult sleepover. Nothing like three men in their 30s laying in my living room, just being stupid. We had a little gossip girl night with some wine and movies last time you were in. We went to bed. You were staying in the second bedroom. I was in my bedroom, and Jimmy was sleeping in the living room. And the next morning, he wakes us up, or he doesn't wake us up. We kind of woke him up because he sleeps longer than both of us. And he was like, "Hey, I got a question to ask you guys. Did either one of you get up to go to the bathroom last night?" No, I was out cold, man. There wasn't nothing to get me out of bed. And I think you also said you never got out of bed.
No, just that early that morning, but he was
Yeah,
still knocked out.
yeah. So he wouldn't have heard what he heard, and then he was like, "Well, I heard someone go into your bathroom," and I don't remember the exact phrasing. Jimmy, if you're listening, correct me. But he had mentioned it's like he heard like a fart or somebody shit their pants in my bathroom,
Yeah,
and like when when you shit on the toilet, it has that loud reverb to it.
yep.
I
Get the
think
echo going.
that's sort of what I picture that he heard,
Yeah,
and I hope that's what it was. And I wish we would add it on camera, but I'm
yeah.
not
At
gonna
least the
have the
audio.
camera in the house. Yeah, absolutely. And it always happens in the bathroom because I mean I've got stories at a couple different places. I'm going to talk about one of them tonight where I'm in there trying to use the bathroom and I have this crazy experience, but nothing's running because I'm using the bathroom,
Yeah,
which always it never fails. It's going to happen every time.
yeah. That's the point of volunteer. Volunteer. I can't even talk.
What are you trying to say? Volunteer?
Being vulnerable in that situation is always when it happens. Words are
Yeah.
hard.
But on that note, there we did get a few questions come through on the haunt line, so I'm going to read those out. Let me get this pulled up real quick. We just launched the hotline today, and so the fact that we've already got a few responses is pretty cool. We're gonna start with Caitlin. This was the number I was telling you about that I had no clue who it was. I actually did know who it was. I just didn't know the number. Caitlin asked, "What's the coolest or freakiest piece of evidence that you have captured or experienced?" Brandon, I'm gonna start with you. What in all the time that we've been investigating, what is one piece of evidence that we've captured that you were either that sent chills up your spine, that you were just mind blown? Is there anything that you can remember?
There's actually quite a few, but I think the best, well, I would say the best piece of evidence was probably the one at the jailhouse down in Tennessee. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on
Uh,
that one.
Scott County Jail, is that what you're referring
Yeah,
to?
Scott County. We had the camera up, looking out in the hallway, covering like two different rooms, and
Oh, yeah, 'cause
when we
we'd
were
all split up
recording,
that day. Yeah.
yeah, and then we caught the apparition that went by like down the stairway.
I remember that. I was actually I think I was at the hall not too long ago, and I was talking to them about it because we were talking about trying to get something set up down there.
Hmm.
We know the people who run Scott County pretty well, and we definitely want to get down there and check it out. And so if I
Yeah,
can get that piece of evidence again, if I can find it, I'll put it up on one of our social media pages for you guys to check out.
I
It's
think I still have it in my files. I'll look and send it to you.
I would say it might be on one of mine. I've got about 1,000 different emails and Google Drives, and it's got to be
Yeah,
on there somewhere.
yeah.
I think for me, my coolest piece of evidence. I don't know if it'd be evidence, but experience. We'll switch it up a little bit. I know that's not the question, but we did capture it on video, and we had two other people that were able to verify it. Um, right after Barrett passed away, uh, I was like editing his tribute video for the memorial service and everything. And at the end of the video, I have a recording of Bear that we were doing an interview for him, with him for one of our videos, and we're just kind of screwing around with the audio and video. He's like, "You want me to be naked?" and
Mhm.
his little laugh.
Yeah,
And so I played that at the end because that is 100% Bear in everywhere. Bear loved making obscene comments. He loved making people laugh and making people smile. It's just part of his infectious personality. And right after he had died, the team and I we had went to Indiana State Sanatorium over in Rockfield, Indiana, which is about half an hour outside of Indianapolis, and we're doing an Estes method. If you don't know what Estes method is, for the listeners out there, it's where you cut off all your senses other than hearing. Um, you have on blindfold, you have on noise canceling headphones, so you can't hear questions that are being asked. All you hear is a spirit box going through. And spirit box, I have issues with spirit box because it's very easy to fabricate. It's very easy to just guess at what you're hearing. And so we're doing some questioning. I'm asking questions. Owen, one of our investigators, he's got the blindfold headphones on. He's responding to us. I asked a question. I had Bear's picture in my pocket. I was like, "Are you the person? Is the person that I have a picture of in my pocket? Is that who I'm talking to right now?" Because a lot of the responses we were getting didn't make sense, but you could tell something was just messing with us a little bit.
yeah,
And of course, Bear, he's fresh into the paranormal at that point. Not like paranormal investigating. He's fresh as a ghost.
yeah,
And we we hear I'm nude now come from Owen. I was like, stopped. I was like, I'm nude now. Like that's a weird response, one I've never heard. And then it clicked all of a sudden, like, oh shit. Like, is this Bear that I'm talking to?
yeah,
And then Owen, I watch Owen's face, for lack of a better term, go ghost white. Uh, Pulls the headphones off, pulls the blindfold off, and like he's shaking, like visibly shaking. I don't know what just happened, but I feel like my camera just got real bright all of a sudden. And and I was looking at him, I was like, he knows something. I don't think he
yeah,
knows who we responding or who was responding, but he knows something unique happened just then. And we got to talking about it, and we realized very quickly we do think that's Bear. So that was a pretty cool experience I had, and I'm pretty excited about it. The next question on the haunt line comes from Matthew Tinsley, who is a paranormal investigator himself for what did I tell you? Spooky Time. They've
yeah.
got a great YouTube channel. If you're not following them, please go follow them. Matthew wants to know if you could only bring one piece of ghost hunting equipment on an investigation, what would it be and why? What do you think, Brandon?
I don't know. You know, I'll just go and stay with basic here and say the recorder because we always get something decent on there
We
almost every
really
time.
do. And that's something Adam, who our tech manager for Next Gen, Adam and I were talking. We've got a ghost hunt coming up on Halloween, actually. Uh, by the time you listen to this, it's just a few weeks. We're recording this September 21st. We're a little bit ahead of the game on that, but we're gonna do a back to the basics, old school investigation. We're not gonna have everything that lights up and screams at you if something manipulates it. We're not gonna have cat balls everywhere like most places do. We're going back to the basics, like when we started. So I'm excited about that. And so recorder, key piece. If I could have anything though, I love my music box motion sensor. Music
Oh yeah,
box
that
motion
was a good
sensor.
one.
There we go. Because I've had some really good evidence come from that. I've had some good experiences come from that, and I've been able to validate it with other pieces of equipment. So that one, I'm gonna have to stick with that one.
Yeah.
We do have
Oh,
one more question. Oh, we'll go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, that's a good one because we've had a lot of good experiences with that too in the past.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This last question, I have a feeling it also comes from somebody on the same team because they sent it back to back. The question is, hey guys, this is Zach. The team I'm referring to, Spooky Time, has somebody named Zach on their team. What is your personal paranormal story that no one would believe unless they were there? Where and when did this take place? I'm going to start this one off because I alluded to this in the intro. So when we were at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, yeah, it was Old
Hmm.
South Pittsburgh Hospital in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Great place to investigate, lots of good evidence, except for that night. We had a very slow night, except for one moment. Um, Jimmy and Owen were on the other end of the building, 2 stories above us. Me and Adam were downstairs. We were kind of finishing up some B roll because at the time we were filming YouTube videos and investigations and all that, trying to be real big shots, you know. And I had used the bathroom pretty bad. We just finished the B roll. Adam, I thought was just staying in the lobby. So I go into the bathroom, which is conveniently right next to the elevator where a doctor was found dead of a heart attack. And they
Oh,
think that
nice.
he's one of the spirits that's there. So I go in the bathroom. I'm no, it's number one. It's a good quality pee, and uh, I'm just in there using the bathroom, and I hear Adam on the other side of the door talking, but it's muffled. But it was definitely his voice,
Yeah.
and so I'm like leaning over, trying to respond to him. He's not responding, making any sense. So I'm like, screw this. I'm just gonna talk to him when I get out. Like I'm not gonna try and figure out what somebody's saying while I'm trying to pee at the same time. And so I go, I wash my hands. I'm doing the right thing, being sanitary.
Mm.
I go to reach for the door. That door kicks open. I was like, "Oh, Adam, you son of a bitch! Like he's screwing with me now." I grab that door. I throw it open. Adam's nowhere to be found. I was like, "What the hell just happened to me?" And I go look. Adam was like walking inside the building. I was like, "Where you been?" He's like, "Oh, I was out in the minivan." I was like, "Then who the hell kicked the door in and was talking to me?" He's like, "It wasn't me."
And it sounded just like Adam too.
Yeah, it sounded just like him. Like if you've ever been on an investigation and you heard a mimic, I believe that's what I was dealing with. And then later, I talked to the guy that was there and asked him if that was something that they have had happen. Absolutely, yeah, that's definitely something they've had happen before. I had no idea. They didn't tell us about that.
Yeah.
And so I
I
mean,
mean,
it's a cool experience. But I didn't have anything recording because I'm taking a piss.
yeah.
Like, I don't want to have to go back and listen to a steady stream on the audio listening for a voice underneath. Like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm definitely not taking a camera in there unless I'm getting paid for it. But different. That's a different. Yeah. Okay. You want to pay? That's a different scenario there.
Yeah.
What is
No,
something that?
but I feel like we should be doing stuff like that too sometimes. I think we should just have a recorder running near us at all times because, especially stuff like that, that's whenever it happens.
Oh, we definitely need to. I mean, a good investigator is always recording because these things don't work on cue. They're not dancing monkeys. You can't
No.
just go dance monkey dance. Like they're not going to do it for you. But sometimes they will. But 90% of the time they're not going to. But at the same time, I don't feel comfortable having to go back and listen to audio of me using the bathroom. Because what if I was doing something else? What if I was doing number two?
Oh well.
How awkward
You
would that be?
you can listen to yourself.
It'd be the same experience Jimmy had, but here,
Right. Yeah.
but
In your
from a
ear.
real person. What's an experience sort of in that same vein that you've had before? I know you've had plenty.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting here thinking that this entire time, and I don't know because a lot of the things that have happened has been mostly, with you guys too. Like there's very
Yeah.
rarely a few things. Well, I mean, I guess we'll just say at the manor then, because in that dark room, I know I was in there one time by myself, and I kept seeing like a bunch of like little green lights and stuff too. And I think I eventually brought you guys in after that.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, didn't we?
Yep, that was a little bit of a different experience, but that was this take prior to that. That was before that happened. But yeah, I would always go in there and just play around and see what I could make, happen. But it was weird because it was almost like a UFO type deal. Like it was just green and red lights everywhere, and then they would just, I don't know, disappear.
Like these green and red lights?
Yeah, like a laser pointer, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that is a common experience we had there at Wilden Manor over in Central
Yeah.
City, and I've only had it, like, happen one other time, and that was at Octagon Hall, and I've got another story that's similar to it, but I'm gonna wait in case this question comes up again. Inevitably, it will,
Oh, I'm sure.
and so I'm gonna save that one. If you really wanna know, listen, spam us with messages in the haunt line. I'll be happy to answer it next week for you guys. Um, we're gonna move on to the favorite Halloween traditions. Obviously, Halloween is a great time of year. Most people, when they think of Halloween, they think of going out and trick or treating and all that. I don't have kids. I haven't been trick or treating since I was 12, maybe. I don't know when I stopped trick or treating. Um, Eventually, people just stopped giving me candy, and I got really upset and had to buy it myself. Which pissed me off. I don't like that. But I do have a few of my favorite traditions, things that I would do every single year, either with my family or by myself. And I know that you had a few just like it. Um, we can talk about candy, but I want to save candy for next week because there's something
Yeah.
special I want to do with Halloween candy, and I'm pretty excited about it. What are some of your favorite Halloween traditions? Give me like one or two that you've had.
I always remember like when we were younger, when Dad would come and get us because he would always want to do one. I think he was in Adams, Tennessee around that time.
Home of the Bell
Um,
Witch.
yeah, that should be another segment we do. Um,
Should we do that at Bell Witch? Because I know the people that run it.
yeah, actually, we'll talk later. Um, So I don't know. I always remember that was our tradition every year. Whenever if he got us and when, we would always do our jack o' lanterns. We'd always carve it out and do whatever. Always some crazy design. We'd always do a couple of them. That was always like one of my favorite, traditions. And then like we never really decorated for Halloween. It was just always just for the fall season.
Oh yeah.
But that was my favorite time of the year too because I knew Halloween was coming up. So
Now,
it
when
starts
you when
cooling
you
off.
when you decorated for fall, was it like your basic Hobby Lobby? It's fall, y'all. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag live, laugh, love.
Oh, had to bring out the orange pillows and like all the things, all the
I feel
little
like you're coming at me
leaves.
because I have orange pillows and I have an orange blanket and your Hobby Lobby stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I got little pumpkins on my couch, little fleece pumpkins.
Yeah, throw it up for 30 days and then take it down, get ready for Christmas.
Listen, I'm the type of person. People give me shit about this. There's this time of year. Obviously, we have Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. All right. To me, Thanksgiving it's just a little speed bump. To me, Thanksgiving is one day, not a full season. So I have 2 months of Halloween. September 1st, Halloween goes up. I have decorations that go all over the place. I'm like fully locked into Halloween. So I give it 2 months. November 1st, though, changes. Go straight to Christmas. I don't care what
Nice.
anybody has to say. Thanksgiving is a fun little fall tradition, fall/Christmas hybrid tradition. It's just a way to be gluttonous and eat a bunch of food. My family doesn't get together, so I don't really go anywhere,
Right.
but it's still an opportunity to eat. So I think that's why I don't care as much about Thanksgiving, except for the food. You good over there? You trying to beat up your computer?
Yep, that was the plan.
For me though, I've got three traditions that I would do every year. One is more recent than most, but it's my peak tradition. It's unfortunately I say this, but it's the one tradition I'm not doing this year. Back in 2019, my family as a whole, started going to Halloween Horror Nights down at Universal Studios in Orlando, which is a great. I mean, if you've never been to HHN, you get 10 haunted houses, scare zones all over the park where you have scare actors who's going to jump out at you. Highly themed. A lot of money went into it. Lots of food, lots of drinks, good adult beverages, non-adult beverages. They're all there. It's just a good time to go spend spend a week at a theme park, getting scared, going through a whole bunch of haunted houses. That's quality you're not going to get here.
Right.
We've got a few haunted houses in the area, but none of them, and I used to work in a haunted house, none of them fit that level of design. And one of my favorite year was the year they did Killer Clowns from Killer Clowns from Haunted, Killer Clowns
Yeah.
from Outer Space. Uh, my sister went the year before with my brother, and there was a Killer Clown scare zone, so they got to walk through the streets of Universal Orlando, and just clowns everywhere. Uh, Different characters that were in the movie were out and about, and it was a great. They had meet and greets and everything, and so I was really hoping the next year they saw that it had a really good reception that they would have a house. Lo and behold, they announced the Killer Clowns house, and I was on cloud nine. My dad loves Killer Clowns. He's the one that introduced me to the movie. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing uh, that he would put
Good
me
thing.
on be like that. But it was a great time. We went through it, I think two times, 2 3 times. Um, Loved it. It was a great house. And if you're a big Harry Potter fan like I am, I forgot about this until I just looked at my notes. So during HHN at night, if you go into Diagon Alley, if you don't know what Diagon Alley is, go watch Harry Potter. You'll learn real quick. And you walk around, and they would have Death Eaters walk around. They'd be dueling with adults, drunk adults with wands. They'd be dueling with kids, hopefully not drunk kids. Just walking, and so it's a very cool atmosphere you're in. Lots of fog. It's one of the few times that it's not unbearable to visit Orlando because nighttime and generally there's a hurricane coming through there when I'm down there.
Yep.
That's
Every year.
yeah, it's happened multiple times now. So I think it's part of the reason why I'm not going this year. My family's still going, so I'll report on that when they tell me. They're going to bring me some stuff, so I'm looking forward to it.
You know what's funny is there's a big one off the coast right now headed this way.
Was it Gabrielle or whatever its name of it?
Yeah, whatever. But
Well, I saw that one because my parents they leave at the end of the week to go down there for their um, 38 years later honeymoon because I found out they'd never been on a honeymoon, which is why they're going by themselves. And they're going down to the beach. They're going to HHN. And I was checking the National Hurricane Center to make sure that they're not going to get pummeled by another Category 4 hurricane. 'Cause a couple years we were down there during Hurricane Ian. I mean, I think I was on the phone with you when it was happening.
yeah,
And of course, that was a fringe Category 5 hurricane hitting the coast. And it's wild, man. But no, I was watching it and I saw that coming through, but I think it's going to swing north. Uh, and if you're listening, I guarantee you didn't think that you're going to have a hurricane outlook as part of the Dead Series podcast.
yeah.
Uh,
I just happened to see it last night on YouTube. I was watching one of the guys that we watch, but yeah, I didn't know. But I was like, huh, that's interesting, knowing that they were getting ready to go. I'm like, I hope it doesn't. But
oh no, I think it's supposed to swing north. They should be fine. There's another storm developing just east of that, so who knows what that's going to do.
right,
But I'm surprised. One of the other traditions I have, obviously, jack o' lanterns. I love doing that. I don't get to carve as many pumpkins as I used to. I've never been good at it. I'm awful at carving pumpkins, so I think that's why I don't do it.
I just use a template, man.
That's cheating though. I want to do it like I want to be creative like that. Like I'm a photographer. Yes, I have some creative abilities, but not when it comes to like using my hands with a knife. I'm not Dexter or anything like that. Like, I'm not good at doing that. But I'm
That's a
I'm
good job.
honestly shocked knowing you because you're a lot like me. I'm honestly shocked you didn't mention this. The Pillsbury eating the Pillsbury themed Halloween cookies. You know the ones I'm talking about? They've got like the designs printed on top.
Yeah, but I
Every
don't like those that much.
Do you not like
We
those?
we get them every year for the kids, but no, I honestly do not like them.
Like what about it do you not like about them?
Taste, texture, all of it is just it's a terrible cookie.
You really need to expand your taste buds. And it's crazy that I'm saying that because I'm the pickiest person I know.
No, the pre-made chocolate chip ones, I'll do that all day long because I have those to a science to make them perfectly soft. But
Listen, next time you come in, I'm gonna make some of those cookies, and you're gonna like them.
I mean, I do those like the same way. I get them like kind of crusty on the bottom and still soft on top. Like, I mean, they're good, but I have to be in the mood
Oh,
for them, and that's very rare.
my cookies, I need a crunch with my cookie,
Yeah,
and it's the same way with those. Like I need my crunch with those cookies. I do want it to be a little soft though, because it is a sugar cookie.
right. I've just never
So
been a big fan of any sugar cookie.
I- there's some I like. I'm not a big fan of like all the frosting that come with some of them. So when you're walking through Walmart,
Yeah,
especially all these Halloween and different seasons, uh, they have like all those sugar cookies that's got frosting and sprinkles and everything on it. Can't stand that.
no, I hate those.
But I do really enjoy uh, those Pillsbury cookies, and I saw some in Meyer the other day, and I didn't buy them. I need to. I might go do
Should.
that whenever we get done recording this. Should I do like a little cooking vlog for it to post up on the Dead Serious YouTube channel?
Yep, I think you should.
I might have to get into that. Now, we've gone through the traditions. Are there any other traditions that you have? I mean, obviously you trick or treat with your kids. If you just heard that, I just dropped my phone.
Yeah, no, I mean we do like, but yeah, and like that was the other thing. After school, I remember, but of course it's a lot different than it was back then as it is now. But we get out of school, go ride the bus home, get all ready, and then we just get dropped off in town basically in Auburn, and then we just walk around to like 10 o'clock at night because that was the um, when it was done. Curfew.
What's
That's what I was looking for.
Halloween? So you're a dad. You have more experience with trick or treating than I do. How has Halloween changed over the years? So like obviously when we were kids, things were a little bit different. We had um, a lot more freedom to walk around. We weren't scared of strangers. Like the parents didn't care as much. What, like, in your mind, like, what has changed the most about Halloween for kids and trick or treating?
It's just they start earlier now, so before it even gets dark, and then they stop before like at 7 or something. So like it's not like us where we just literally could cruise the entire town and you know for like what is it like 5 hours or something that we used to do. And I remember going down to a skate park and skating. But yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
so limited, and you only get like 2 to 3 hours. I mean, especially here, like I mean, yeah, we got a huge block, we got some good people around us, but I mean, it cuts out pretty quick.
yeah, I mean, like, I like on my end, I keep adjusting a lot because I hate sitting still. Um, on my end, like I remember very vividly Halloween from my childhood, and like I said, we would start right out of school, or if it was a weekend, we would start about like 4 or 5 o'clock or whatever, and we would
Yeah.
go for hours. Like it would
Hmm.
be pitch black, and we'd still be outside walking.
Right.
Dad would be, mom and dad would be walking behind. Dad would probably be driving actually, with every single bag of candy that we had, and we would just keep reloading like constant candy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think kids get to do that now. I think, um, and listen, I go to church. I'm all for it. Trunk or treats, I think, are ruining Halloween because you're taking away the actual trick or treating aspect and then going door to door. People are freaking out about it, but like
No.
use trunk or treating as an accessory to Halloween. Don't make that Halloween.
Yeah, the following Sunday or whatever, do it or the before,
Yeah, I
do
mean,
it then. But
Wednesday night services. Do I have something on my cheek? Yeah, right here. Wednesday night services. Do it then. Don't do it any other time. But that's that's my qualm issue. I don't know what the word issue with it, and
really
it drives me
grinds my
crazy.
gears.
Yeah, I can't stand it. But let's move on. I want. I think I'm hearing sirens. I don't think it's coming from my end here. Uh, they're coming to get you because you were shit talking trunk or treats. So let's move on. Let's talk about this 1988 cult classic, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Why now? Why clowns? universe.
What are you gonna do? Knock my block off?
Soon they'll be doing it at a theater near you. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's crazy.
So, Killer Clowns, as you just heard from the trailer, obviously the quality is not amazing. The movie came out in 1988 as a cult classic horror comedy movie that blends campy B movie sci fi with absurdist clown horror. It doesn't take itself seriously, obviously, and it leans into the over the top practical effects, goofy humor, and creative kills, all wrapped in neon carnival themed nightmare. It's more funhouse than fright house, and that's exactly why it's endured. This movie has actually taken on a life of its own. Obviously, it came out 4 years before you and I were born,
Yeah.
so we didn't get to watch it in theaters. If we did, that's impressive. But there
Never
was
know.
there were a lot of really great scenes in that movie, and I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It's on Amazon Prime right now for free.
Yeah.
So if you got Amazon Prime, go stream it right there. Perfect for the Halloween season. There are a few scenes in that movie that cracked me up. Obviously, one of the best scenes for me was at the very beginning of the movie when the clowns first land on Earth. And so you see this bright light, this UFO comes shooting out the sky. It lands, it's a carnival tent of all things. It's a UFO. Not like this 3-eye atlas that we've got coming through the atmosphere right now. This is an actual Halloween tent. And the old man who was a horror, I think he was a horror icon himself, actually gave the movie some levity here. He was talking to his dog. He grabs a shotgun and he's talking about maybe go get some free passes and hot dogs. And just takes off running over there. And he cracked me up. And I wish I had the actual quote, but I could not find the quote. So I think that was ad-libbed in the moment because that
Probably.
quote was not on the script that I had found. That was probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie, but it's not the peak scene. But I want to hear from you, like what in that movie, like, what's your overall opinion of Killer Clowns?
I don't. So I kind of jotted some pretty decent notes, but I'm trying to think how to word that. It's you got just most definitely your '80s like style movie, right? Like just kind of cheesy, classic. I don't know. I love it. And then they actually had to work to make things scary back then, and not all CGI. Not that
Listen,
this movie was technically scary, but
I
like
was gonna say, I don't think any bit of that movie was scary. Maybe if you
no,
hate clowns, it was scary.
right.
I don't hate clowns.
But
I have a clown sitting right underneath my TV over here. You can't see it, but it's over there.
the movie that made everybody scared of clowns comes a couple years later. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a great movie. It's just, like I said, most definitely classic, just funny. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they were trying to be pretty serious in some parts of it, but
Oh,
it was just a joke the entire time.
if you watch the movie, you can tell they're acting their asses off.
Oh yeah,
Not good, but they're acting their asses off to try and make it work. Like Mike Tobacco, who is the main character in the movie, and then his girlfriend Debbie.
yeah,
They are going real crazy, real over the top, trying to convince people that they're killer clowns that have invaded the town of Crescent Cove. I don't know what state it's in, but they invaded the town of Crescent Cove, and they're losing their minds over it. But it's so funny. And then one of my favorite things of Killer Clowns isn't the movie itself; it's that score, like that theme song that hits right at the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
Dude, that's a crazy. And it was composed by a man named John Massari. If I'm wrong, get over it. But it was performed by the band The Dickies. They might have written it and everything, but it has a very cool retro synth, like horror
Mhm.
vibe to it. It's great for like when the HHN, whenever we were walking around the house, they had that music playing the whole time, and like it really got you in the vibe of everything. Great
Right.
set design all over the place too. You
Hmm.
look at the inside of the tent, which is their spaceship. Lots of like bright neon clown town colors. You and I used to be clowns in a haunted house, so we know all about that.
It was fun.
And I wish I would have based our haunted area off of that because that
Yeah,
was like that's perfect. And I
yeah.
don't care about the other iconic clowns. Even the year we were doing that haunted house, that's when the whole clown hysteria was going on. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody just randomly popping up with clowns, but I think that was because of the new It movie, I believe, that came out.
See, I don't remember if it was because of it or like people were just losing their mind and putting on clown outfits and just going and staying out there to let a picture get taken on Facebook.
Yeah, then people were actually like trying to hurt people doing that. But I
Oh, I
believe,
didn't know that.
oh yeah, no, it got pretty serious for a while. But I believe it was because of the either the It movie or there was another clown movie that was coming out, but that was the reason why.
Yeah, and I mean, like it was freaky because I was driving home one night and I got stopped by a cop and I had to explain why the hell I'm driving home in a clown costume. Like, it's a 2-lane highway all the way from Central City to Russellville, where we
Yeah,
were from. And I just had to explain to a cop, like, I'm not trying to kidnap a child or scare anybody. I mean, I was trying to scare somebody, but they paid to get scared, so they
right.
asked for it.
It was okay.
But so I think had had that movie come out at the same time, of course, obviously, social media was not a thing in 1988.
Right.
Your social media was writing letters and reading the newspaper. Um, the internet, I think the internet was around, but it was not accessible to everyone in 1988. Obviously, I wasn't born, so I don't know for sure. Don't yell at me if it was, but I didn't get it till I was like 6. And so let's talk. I got a question, and it's about killer clowns. So in the beginning of the movie, there's a scene when Mike and Debbie they see the ship land. They go take
Mm.
off to see what the heck that bright light was that went flying through the sky. And you see the clowns walk out and they blow a balloon animal and they use that balloon dog to track Mike and Debbie. What would you do if you were the one being chased by a killer balloon animal dog?
Just pop it. Or
You
what?
think you just pop it?
Yeah, like
But there's
what?
3 clowns.
They ran over it and it popped.
Yeah, but right behind it, this was before they had a car. Like they didn't have the car with them at this point. They're just running for their life through the
No,
woods.
I know, but yeah, I don't know.
So
I
you're just
probably
gonna
would run from the clowns.
take a thumbtack out of your pocket and just pop the balloon. Because I was thinking about like, what would I do in that situation? I couldn't do anything because one, I don't run, so that's not happening. You can forget that. And two, listen, I would be so confused by the fact that I'm seeing a balloon animal run by itself when there's no wind,
Right?
and then a clown who is terrifying, much larger than I am, with a gun that turns you into cotton candy. Like, come on, what are you
What
gonna
about
do?
what about the popcorn gun?
Dude, the popcorn gun was wild. I was watching it right before we jumped on this to record, and I had forgot that there were scenes where like they would just capture the people. So like the shadow puppet
Hmm.
scene. So there's a scene in the movie where one of the clowns is like entertaining a group of people who's making shadow puppets. Like one's like a nice voluptuous woman, and they're just doing like this.
Hmm.
One's like a voluptuous woman, it's the shadow, and then it turns into like a dinosaur with glowing red eyes. And then the shadow reaches down, collects them,
Yeah.
and then the clown just takes the people that was in his hand, puts them in his bag of popcorn. Like, how do you turn people into popcorn like that? Like, are they becoming popcorn or what's going on? Like, because
I
you
don't
have
know.
them in cotton candy cocoons and now they're popcorn. Like, they don't really have a method. And at one point, they put people in a balloon.
And
Like,
cotton candy.
they're just trying everything.
And then what? And then like, and then the shower scene when Debbie's in the shower, and then the popcorn's like in the basket, and then rocks and falls
Yeah,
over, and then becomes like monsters.
it becomes like the alien that shoots out from the guy's chest in
Yeah.
the movie Alien.
Yeah.
Like that's what they all become. There's like 4 of them. Yes, it's wild that you have those type of things happening in a movie. Like it's 100% an acid trip. Like I would hate to watch that movie on
Somebody was on
any sort of influence.
some good angel dust or something for that one.
It had to have been. Like I don't know what the directors were on when they wrote the movie or the writers were on when they wrote the movie, but I want to talk to them. I want to find out because that was wild.
Whatever it was, do more.
Do more of that. Don't ever stop doing that.
Make more movies like that.
Should they? Should they make more movies like that?
Yes.
I did see when I was watching it, there was like other suggestions. So I want to see what those movies were about, and maybe we could review those. Because
Okay.
granted, like it's not Killer Clowns is not about ghosts. It's not about Bigfoot or anything like that. But they are aliens, so it does fit into the realm of the Dead Series podcast, where ghosts are optional. We're not talking about ghosts right now. So I did some research, and I found out the movie was made for $2 million, um, which you think about how expensive like the Avengers movies and all that are. That's not a lot of money.
Well, back then it was a lot of money.
Oh, back then, yeah, for sure. But even back then, it was not a ton. Like I don't
No,
have comps, but I know that there are a lot of movies made for a lot more than $2 million.
oh, of course.
And
I mean, you got the Lethal Weapon movies. I think they were like 10+ million.
and they have like really big name actors. This movie did not have a
Yeah,
single big name actor in it.
no. Mm-mm.
But weirdly, it made $43 million, and I think it continues to make more as it took on a life of its own
Yeah.
when it came to home video and streaming and all that, because people are actually able to go and watch the movie. But I found out, so they were doing all kinds of things to save money in this movie. The popcorn gun that you actually just brought up was a real popcorn gun. Like it actually worked, and the prop was designed to shoot real popcorn, and it
Yeah.
cost $7,000. And so it was, I think, from what I found, it was probably the most expensive prop in the entire movie, and its whole job was to shoot popcorn.
Yeah.
Like you got backyard science, like engineers making that shit now for
Yeah.
less than
Right.
it's
Couple
kind of
$100.
crazy. And then there was, what was that scene? So the costumes, what they would do was they would just take the clown costumes. They would obviously design them, and then they would take those same costumes, redesign them, so they could just reuse those costumes instead of having to just throw money out just to save money. So they worked on it. They did what they had to do, but it adds to that surreal look of the movie.
Yeah.
And
And
the cotton candy cocoons that I had mentioned,
yeah.
so those were made from pink fiberglass insulation. If you ever worked with any sort of insulation, you know that stuff is awful to deal with on bare skin. Like you're itching for days using
I mean, it's cotton candy. You can try it.
it. Yeah, I don't think they actually ate the cotton candy, uh, but they said like the actors hated working with it because it would just make it feel like shards of glass were in their hand the whole time.
Well, that's quite literally what it is.
Well, I don't want that. I'm
Just
never gonna do it.
shards of glass melted down into strings like that.
It should have been real cotton candy though. Like they should have been able to just eat it.
Yeah, I mean that would have made more sense, but
Sugar's cheap. They could have done it.
yeah, but it wouldn't have held up like that would have.
That's all right. At least they could. Because you remember when we were kids, we used to go buy buckets of cotton candy at Dollar General that were like $1, and then make
We would,
ourselves sick eating it.
we would buy them out. That's how sad that got. We'd buy
Yeah, we
everyone
were
they
adults
got.
when this happened.
Yeah,
But so the movie, I don't know why they hadn't done it, and I did not throw this to you when we were doing prep for the show, but I thought about it while I was watching the movie. So for years there were sequel rumors, and I think there's even a current sequel rumor going on right now,
I think
but somehow it never got off the ground. If you could take any character in that movie and make like a spin-off movie or TV show or anything, which character would you use?
I want to do a love spin-off with the clowns. I know it sounds weird. So you know how like Debbie and the cop, I don't know why I can't think of it, like how they had their like past experience
Yeah.
together, and then they were like, dude was always just talking crap to her current boyfriend.
So
Flip it back around to like back before then, and then I don't know, or after that they get back together, and so then it becomes the whole thing, and then the clowns come back, or I don't know, or
like somehow Mike gets killed off, and then I think Dave is his name. Dave's the
I
cop
think so. Yeah.
that was the ex-boyfriend. See, I like that, but we could go a step further, and keep the clowns involved. So the Terenzi brothers, the guys who are driving the ice cream truck with the clown on top of it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah,
How they were really into just using the ice cream truck to pick up chicks, and
yeah,
they specifically wanted chicks with big boobs who loved ice cream.
yeah.
Well, they get into the alien tent. They slide down this slide or pole, or I don't remember, whatever, and they land in a hot tub of sorts with two of the clown chicks.
Mm-hmm.
We should do like a Love Island spinoff, but with those 4 characters
Yeah,
on the aliens' homeworld because they don't
I
mention
like
where
that.
they come from, and I would like to know where they come from.
Yeah, that would be cool to do.
Like you imagine like the scenery that you could see off of that.
Yeah,
So I think they need to go in that direction. If they don't, they need to holler at me.
I think that'd be a good. Yeah, bring them. They get captured and get taken back.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I say let's do it. I don't know why we shouldn't.
Then we get to see the whole clown community.
Yeah, we have to do it. We have to do it. So that was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Obviously, we're not movie reviewers, we're not critics. We just love these stupid movies that we get to watch and talk about them because who's going to stop us? Nobody's paying us to do this. We're not paying a lot of money to do this. We're just having fun with it. If there are other movies you would like to have us review, let us know on the hotline. Again, that number I don't have right in front of me because I just took it off. That number is 270-380-7990.
Need
If
to
you have a movie
put that
review,
right here.
yeah, I'll do that in post. I'm not going to worry about that right now. That's a lot of work. But yeah, check us out and let us know what movies you want us to check out. We're going to move on now to Spook or Spoof. I've been really excited about this. I don't want to like rush to get to it, but I am curious to see your reaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you 2 different stories, one of which is true. It's a true paranormal story. So it's an experience that somebody actually had, and it reminds me of something you might do actually. And the other story was generated by ChatGPT. Uh, so I'm going to read 2 different stories. I want you to talk about them, and we're going to see at the end which one you think is real and which one you think is fake. So we're going to start with the first story, and it begins now. So for a few nights, I've been hearing this weird dripping sound in my room, like a faucet but spookier. Last night around 3 a.m., I wake up and I see a shadowy figure just standing by my dresser, not moving, just, vibing. Now I sleep with my arm tucked under my pillow. That's sort of how I do. Like I'm halfway through a wrestling match. So I decided in that moment I was about to end this haunting WWE style. I shot up, came off the bed, and dropped the cleanest people's elbow mankind has ever seen right into the ghost's midsection. Ghost's midsection. To my surprise, I actually felt something cold, squishy, like a tackling sack of frozen meat. When I hit the floor, the figure just vanished. My lamp flickered like it was clapping for me, and my dog barked once and then immediately went back to sleep. A couple days later, no more dripping sound, no more figure. That was the first one. So, is there anything out of that story that stands out to you?
I love the WWE move. Like that's just a classic.
Well, like the title it gave me was called "I Gave the Ghost the People's Elbow."
Yeah,
And if you don't know WWE or WWF, the People's Elbow was a move that The Rock or the actor Dwayne Johnson that he would use as his finisher. And it's literally just him dropping an elbow on somebody's chest. Nothing crazy. So of that, is there anything that stands out about that story to you?
whatever he felt, that meat. I don't know. That's kind of
The
weird. Is
the
that the
cold
ectoplasma?
squishy, yeah, it's kind of like ectoplasm from Ghostbusters. Cold squishy, like tackling a sack of frozen meat. I've
Yeah,
never tackled a sack of frozen meat, but I'm sure it's not pleasant.
I feel like that would hurt.
Yeah, if it's frozen, for sure. Like I don't.
So how
It's a cold
how is
squishy.
it
How is it
frozen?
squishy frozen? Yeah,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
it doesn't make sense. But I mean, everything else, like you saw a figure in the room when you slept. Could it have been the same thing? Could you have dropped a people's elbow on Bear?
I think I would have swan kicked him.
You think you swan kicked him?
Do the swan dive.
Little Jeff Hardy swanton bomb, or it was Jeff Hardy that did the swanton dive, wasn't it?
Or what was yes, yeah. I was trying to think of dang, I don't know. I'm having a hard time here thinking which one's which. Shawn Michaels, Sweet Chin Music. That's
Oh yeah, Sweet Chin Music. I think Sweet Chin Music. Ironically, you said that because that's going to segue us into the next story. This next story begins. So I've been hearing footsteps. Yesterday night, I couldn't sleep. I was laying on my side with one leg pulled up, kind of like I would show you, but I also sleep this way, which is ironic. I
I
have
do
like
too.
one knee kind of bent at a 90-degree angle with the other leg straight out.
Yep.
It's just a lot more comfortable. I don't like my knees touching or anything like that. Uh, so I was laying on my side with one leg pulled up. I started hearing the steps at around 2 to 3 o'clock at night. I opened my eyes slightly, so it's still a little bit blurry, but I saw a dark figure sitting on the edge of my bed. But the bed didn't move, like no one was on it except for me and my girlfriend. So as I said, my leg was pulled up and I came up with a plan. I was going to launch the mightiest kick to the liver one could ever imagine, and so I did. With all force, I launched the kick toward the entity's back, and it actually hit something soft and fleshy. This is the moment I got scared because I didn't think the kick would actually land on something. I immediately woke up my girlfriend, and there was nothing in the room anymore. This is the story of me catching the ghost lacking. So when I first read it, I'm not gonna lie to you. When he talks about hitting something soft and fleshy, I thought he accidentally kicked his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's where I
His
went to.
girlfriend got up in the middle of the night and he just kicked her right in the
Yeah.
liver. But I mean, according to the story, she was still in bed with him, and so I mean that kind
They're,
of leans into your sweet chin music that Shawn Michaels used to do.
yeah, and they're both ridiculous.
Exactly. I mean, I want to make it difficult for you because they both sound like they could be plausible. Stupid, but plausible.
I
So,
want to say number one.
do you think number one, the people's elbow?
Yeah, I can
Hate
see
to break
somebody
it to you,
just doing that.
it wasn't the people's elbow. That was written by Chat GPT.
I had a feeling because it seemed a little ridiculous, but I was like, you know what? Let's go with the ridiculous one.
Yeah, this first story, it comes from Pat String on Reddit under the paranormal Reddit called I call it the Ghost Lacking. There was a couple things they did elaborate on a couple things, but I didn't want to put that in the story and give it away.
Yeah.
So edit one, I guess somebody had asked a question like, "What did it feel like?" And so he leaned into it. It was cold, or he or she. I'm assuming he, but it's 2025. You never know. They have a girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah, not these
It was
days.
cold. Oh yeah, it was cold and fleshy. When I hit it, it felt like it immediately disappeared. So I didn't think I actually kicked it across the room because it dematerialized. Edit two, I guess somebody was really concerned about pets in the home. He's like, I don't have any pets, LMAO. And so, luckily, no animals were harmed in the making of this paranormal story.
I'm sorry, I would have kicked the crap out of my dog. I'm
I don't
sorry.
think I would kick my dogs. I like my dogs a little bit more than I like humans. And then, here's a couple more updates to it. A couple days have passed, and all the activity seemed to stop. So, okay, maybe the ghost got scared.
So we need to bring him on investigations and clear out these houses.
Yeah, anytime we get a residential, I'm calling this guy. He's going to come with us. He's going to drop kick the shit out of these ghosts, get them out of the house. No more problem. No more
Very good.
ghosts. And he had a conclusion. He said, if you have trouble with ghosts, a good kick to the liver can solve all your problems.
I'm gonna get
That
on
was
Reddit more.
that was this person's spooker spook. Oh, Reddit is full of these stories.
I've
Like
seen some. I get
I've
on
got
there kind
4 or
of
5 of them
often.
saved,
Yeah.
and it's insane. Like I've had a lot of crazy personal experiences, but I've never had anything like that. I've never laid in bed and thought, you know, it'd be crazy if I just got up and kicked a ghost.
Yeah. No.
Like
No.
I've done a lot of things, but I ain't done that.
Must be a
Have you?
professional ghost because he knows how to materialize.
Dude, so the other night I was laying in bed. Of course, I've got LED lights everywhere. You can see a couple behind me. There's some on my desk right now. Um, when we're not recording, I have my light stands just kind of over here by my movie shelf, and I had it kind of raised up, kind of about my height, because I was doing something else that day, and I didn't drop it. So I woke up. It was like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Go use the bathroom, and I just see a shadow. And of course, my lights, they're kind of big. They're about the size of my head. And I see a shadow that's about 6 feet tall. It scared the shit out of me. I didn't know what was in my room. I was freaking out. I was terrified. Like it's backlit, so I didn't know what it was.
You should have speared him. I was trying to think of the move that what's his face used.
Oh,
I
there's
don't
a
know.
lot of
Anyway,
people that use spears. Goldberg.
I know, but they use like different names for each one. But anyway, yeah, you should have just speared him.
Because I didn't do that because all my movies are stacked up neatly. They're all in alphabetical order. They're categorized by type of franchise, type of movie. Makes it easier, you know, OCD here. So I wasn't about to do that. And all I really want to go is just go get a drink and use the bathroom and then get back in bed as quick as possible. I was going to
That's
run
fair.
by it. I didn't care. I mean, there have been nights where I've stayed up watching. Um, there's a couple YouTube channels like Nuke's Top 5, Slapped Ham, where they just show paranormal like evidence videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to just sit there and watch them for hours right before bed. And then I'd have to get up in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I know my apartment's not really haunted, but I'm still terrified to go through here. So like I would like run to the kitchen real quick, grab what I needed, come back, slam my door, lock it because a ghost can't open a locked door,
Right.
even though they can just easily materialize straight through the door.
Be like Flash and go through stuff.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I know. Do you remember that house that I had? The one that that kept playing the Seven Seals song and stuff, and that I would always tell you about, and then she got
Was that in
scratched.
Albany?
And Darrell, right there on the square across from the BP. I don't know.
I think I know the one you're talking about. I don't think I ever went to that one though.
No, I think me, you, and Jimmy was going to do like investigate it, but we never did. But
Was
I don't
that,
know.
is that the house your dad lived in?
Mm-mm.
Because I know there was one house I took you to that your dad lived in there in Adderall.
Yeah, that was was that the apartments down?
Yeah,
Down the
yeah,
hill?
the apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah, you know where we turn left to go down the hill to the
yeah.
apartments from the BP? Yeah, it's that house right there on the corner.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I didn't remember that. So you tell me a story. Reminded me
Hmm.
of a Halloween experience that I had one night. Jimmy, I hate that Jimmy's not on this because I would love to get his reaction to it.
Maybe the
Uh,
next one.
yeah, but I'm gonna talk about it now so people have a little bit of a palate cleanser here. So Tobacco Festival that happens in our hometown every year happens right around October. Uh, we always have big parades and like vendors and everything downtown. It's a great time. Like I do enjoy Tobacco Festival. I've always loved it.
Yeah.
One year, Jimmy, my dad, and myself were all at Tobacco Festival, and I think we'd met up with you or something. I'm not
I think
100%.
so.
And there's a story from a Daredevil where you're referring to about the ghost train. I know you know the story of the ghost train. People would,
Been out there multiple times.
yeah, they would on Halloween night they would see this train coming down the track. It's a ghost train, but there were no tracks and it's just a road. You would see the
Yeah, it's
spotlight
now.
in front of the train. Yeah, yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
road now. Because one of my dad's best friends used to live on that road.
The name of the train was the Daredevil Dookie.
Was it really called the Daredevil Dookie?
Yeah.
See, Dad never told me that.
No.
Dad probably didn't remember, but he never told
Probably.
me that.
That's what I
And
was told it was.
Dad had told us the story about the ghost train. Of course, I already knew about it, but Jimmy, I don't think, had heard about it. And so Dad says, "Do you guys want to go tonight?" Because it was Halloween. So I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
And so Jimmy, I knew it was full of crap, but Jimmy didn't. Because I've never seen the train. I've been out there multiple times, and I look, but Jimmy's in the back seat of the truck because I think Dad had just bought his Dodge Ram at that point. And I
Mm-hmm.
look in the passenger mirror, I can see Jimmy with his head out the window like a dog. I'm surprised I didn't see like his tongue out and everything with his little Sony Coolpix digital camera or whatever it was,
Yeah.
trying to record this ghost train. Dad's up in the front just laughing his ass off
Yeah.
because he wants to make so much fun of Jimmy, but he can't because Jimmy he's just too nice of a guy.
Too sensitive.
So I hope Jimmy remembers that story because if I get him on next week, which I want to do, I want to ask him that and see if he
So,
remembers.
do you remember what road you were on?
I think it's either South Beaucamp or it's Mortimer Station. I can't remember.
Should be Mortimer Station, but I can't remember because like
They connect.
yeah,
I
and
think.
because if you go down and then you almost have to Y off to get onto that road, and you can see the existing train tracks. I think runs right beside it. I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
And if you go like halfway down and like somewhere right in there, that's where you can actually see it. I've heard the train before. I've never seen the light. I've never seen that, but I have heard the train once before.
See, I'd never heard it. It's always one I've wanted to, and of course I don't get out to Daredevil much anymore because that's like an hour from where I live currently.
Yeah.
But I would like to get out there and try to get out there tonight because not tonight obviously, but on
But,
Halloween in
yeah.
a few weeks. Um, isn't that same road? Isn't the hanging tree down that road also, or close to that? I feel like my
Well,
dad has told me that, but I'm not 100%.
there, I think it's close to that. I think if I remember right, you go around the curve. You actually don't Y off to go that way. You go around the curve and down there. That tree actually doesn't stand anymore. It actually got hit or something and fell. But but at one time the stump was still there.
I
It was
mean,
like
it
a
always
big
could
stump.
be a story. Like anytime somebody sees a tree hanging over a road, they're going to call it the hanging tree.
Yeah, it
Whether
could be. I mean, like the one in Russellville, the one on the square, it's still there.
they actually took it down.
Oh well, yeah,
Uh,
it was still there.
yeah, because I was doing research there at the. I think it's where they have the historical records archives,
Hmm.
and the lady that runs it was telling me about it, and she took me out to the window where you could actually see where the hanging tree was and where they had the gallows and everything,
Yeah.
which is wild. I didn't even know it was back there.
We need to do one on the Russellville Square because there's so much history there, and like there is ghost stories there. So this should be a good one.
I feel like that's every square in this community because Bowling Green Square, right up here, Fountain Square, they have a lot. Uh, Russellville, I think Franklin Square is also pretty active. I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah.
Greenville, I mean, we've done stuff
Oh
down there
yeah,
in Greenville, all right off the square. I think it's just town squares. I mean, we gotta start
that's
hitting
where
those squares.
that's where all the things happened back in the day.
But uh, I mean, you figured out Spooker Spoof. I mean, you didn't figure it out. You got it wrong. We've talked about Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We've talked about our favorite Halloween traditions. This is where we're going to sign off. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Brandon had a great time, as always, talking to you, even though it took about 4 hours, not really, to get everything up and running. I don't know what had happened. We had smooth selling earlier, got connected, which should have given me enough reason to worry about actually recording.
Yeah.
But we got it going. I don't know how, but we did it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully, you guys continue to follow us and listen each week. We're going to be dropping podcasts every Sunday. Starting October 8th, all of our podcasts will be on all available streaming platforms, as well as the video podcast over on YouTube. If you're not following us, please go hit that like and subscribe button. That way you can keep up with us and get notified every time we drop a new video.
Give us that like and share button.
So I think we have a like and share. Wait. Here we go. There we go.
Uh,
We're on the Dead Serious Podcast YouTube channel. We're going to
we're
take that
getting
off.
fancy now.
It was just one of these things I found on here when I was playing around earlier.
We'll get a better one.
Again, if you have any questions, you can reach us on the Dead Serious Haunt line. The number is 270-380-7990. Again, 270-380-7990. Feel free to leave us a voicemail. Feel free to drop us any questions, comments, or suggestions. If you hate Brandon and want him to change up his background or change up his beard, please let us know. If you want him to dye it, I think we need to dye that little white patch right there.
I'll do whatever you want. You just let me know.
For enough money, you'll do it. Guys, if the next episode, we're going to be reviewing a few different things. We had actually mentioned a ghost dating platform last week when we talked. We didn't talk about it this time because I wanted to wait, and I need a little more time to come up with a couple different good ideas for it. But I've got a few different ideas. We're going to talk about that next week. And we're also going to be doing a Halloween candy bracket. We're going to pick like 10, 12, 15. I don't know how many I need to for a bracket. And we're going to rank the best Halloween candies. And I have some very strong opinions about Halloween candy. I don't think Brandon does, but he might. It might surprise you.
I mean, I have my favorite ones and ones that I think are gross, but
That could be the first episode you see Brandon and I start to argue. It's happened before. It's not going to be the last time. We'll continue to do it even though. We're also going to be reviewing Octagon Hall next week. Just to touch on Octagon Hall for a little bit, if you are listening, we are in the month of October. If you haven't already, there might still be a few spots open for Octagon Hall in Franklin, Kentucky novice hunts. Come out and join us. My team's going to be there October 19th. Buy tickets, come join us, come investigate with us and learn from us. Maybe have your own personal experience. Why not? Also, next Memorial Day weekend, we are having the very first annual Bear Con, named after Barry Gaunt, whose nickname was Bear. We're going to have a Memorial Paranormal Con for him every year. Come out, join us. We're Dead Serious is going to be there. Next Gen's going to be there. Our team, come out. There's going to be food trucks, music. You're going to be able to tour the house, investigate if you buy a VIP ticket. So come out and join us. All that information will be up on the Octagon Hall website and Facebook page. I'll have all those linked below in the YouTube description. So if you're curious on how to find that, just go click that. But Brandon, thanks again for making the time to come and talk with me. We're at like an hour and 10 minutes here. I'm probably going to cut that down a little bit because that's a wild number. I don't even think I'd listen that long.
I don't know. I listened to Bad Friends like 3 episodes last night, so it was like 3 hours and something.
That's true. I did listen to Bad Friends coming home last night from the wedding I was working.
Yeah.
It was the only way to keep me awake. That drive was miserable.
Did you? Sorry, not to get off subject. Did you see the one with John Cena and Zach Efron and all them?
No, I didn't know they had an episode with him. I was listening to the Guy Fieri episode.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
So now I need to watch the John Cena one.
It's on YouTube. It's actually pretty funny.
All right, I'm gonna have to go check it out. I know every time you come in, we watch a ton of videos of it.
Yeah.
But Brandon, thank you again for coming on, man. I look forward to talking to you. I'm sure we'll be talking right after we get off of this anyway.
I'm sure.
But again, because I like this, like and subscribe. Guys, thank you for listening. And as always, stay spooky.